the rationale behind reaching Master Teacher 1 before going through any other career line is that this is the point where our teachers are able to demonstrate competencies that are necessary for becoming a school head, particularly on instructional supervision, on coaching and mentoring, technical assistance, and of course, modeling of best teaching practice. So we are expecting that the consistent display of high level of performance in the teaching practice, as well as an in-depth and sophisticated understanding of the teaching and learning process, and other aspects that are very supportive in the effective functioning as a school head, particularly on a continuous uh, search for the development of professional knowledge and practice by looking at their own practices. So the career progression system as expanded attaches teacher progression or promotion within the different standards of PPST and PPSH. And it has already been defined in the issuance of the implementing rules and regulations of EO 174. Moving forward, the expanded career progression is envisioned to ensure that our teachers will uh, have that job satisfaction and the retention perspective in the department by looking at the different visions, such that wala nang mga teachers na magre-retire na teacher 1, and we define teacher career path that allows them to remain in the classroom while advancing in stature and compensation. It is not about moving up on different tracks just to get the promotion and the compensation that is attached to it, but also moving on within the same career line. Also, the options are given between classroom teaching and school administration, and that advancement, of course, should be based on the quality of teaching practice. How do we do, or what are we doing to realize this vision? Of course, reclassification as the primary means for promotion, such that the promotion is becoming faster and self-paced. And of course, the creation of teacher 4, 5, 6, and 7, as well as master teacher 5, will provide more opportunities for promotion. And we will clarify and rationalize career paths for teachers so that teachers may choose alternative career path once they reach this high level of proficiency in their competence of teaching. And then to uphold, of course, the quality standards through competency and merit-based promotion. This is in support of the statement which was presented by the President during his State of the Nation address, that in the expanded career progression system or sistemang ito, wala ng public school teachers ang magre-retire na teacher 1 lamang. And then, of course, there are several mechanisms that are put in place, and this is the intent and one of the priorities of the department and the government. So there are several ways within which the teachers can choose from the different career paths, as reflected in the next slide. So we call this as the base or the stream of career system, which is on teacher 1 to 7, and we know that after reaching Master Teacher 1, they can be promoted to MT2 or a or Master Teacher 2 or a school principal. Of course, this is subject to applicable qualification standards and the competency requirement and assessment. So this is still a promotion in nature, because those who may opt to get to Master Teacher 2 can still move upward in the ladder of promotion to Master Teacher 3 up to Master Teacher 5. In the same manner, for the school principals, uh, this is consistent in such a way that school principal 2 and 3 and 4, based on the different career stages, can also be attained. So all others implication can be uh, provided through a suite of PD programs that can be made available to all our aspiring teachers, master teachers, and principals, so that they are equipped with the skills and their leadership and management potential. On the next slide, I will now deal with the different transitory provisions as contained in the IRR of PO 174 under Title 5 and under Section 19, which calls for the transition period. It says there that the transition period shall be 3 years reckoned from the date of issuance. And it is instructed that the DepEd, DBM, and CSC, as well as the PRC, are to execute the transitory measures and establish the operational guidelines and mechanisms to ensure the smooth transition of the uh, implementation of expanded career progression system. So under Section 20, which talks about the conversion of existing vacant position, uh, there is the notion of the scrap and build, and this is the manner in which we are trying to convert existing vacant positions to Teacher 1. So with that, it is necessary that it is necessary to understand that those the items that do not conform with the existing with the expanded career progression shall be subjected to this position classification action. So for items that can be found in the ECP, andin yan po yung ating teacher 1 to 3, the master teacher 1 to 4, the school principal, and all of these items, the DepEd within a year shall deploy a mechanism so that all the necessary means are put in place to fill up the positions to the regular hiring process. And after all, the filling up of, after a year will happen or will be resorted to conversion after a year of the issuance of the IRR. Other positions that are no longer included in the ECP system, like the head teacher 1 to 6 and assistant principal 1 to 3, these items converted to teacher item upon issuance of IRR, and we will be submitting the request for conversion to DBM. Just to note that this is actually on the vacant positions. So this is further explained and clarified in the next slide, which for purposes of better understanding, for those items which can be found on the ECP system, uh, for vacant positions, it has to be converted to teacher one positions, but the 1 year grace period shall be accorded for the regular hiring process under the natural vacancy. For those positions which are no longer included in the ECP system, the head teacher 1 to 6 and the ESP 1 to 3 shall also be converted to teacher positions, and that will happen if the action based on the submission of DepEd are favorably acted upon based on the timelines. On the next slide, Section 21 on the retitling of existing positions which are filled, meaning there are incumbents who are still holding the positions. So as provided, the retitling of the existing positions with titles that do not conform to the position titles in the expanded career progression shall be retitled to the positions equivalent to salary grades in the expanded career progression. So as you can see, the special science teacher 1 and in the current position is comparable to a teacher 3 in the retitled position. The head teacher 1 with and special needs education teacher 1 at salary grade 14 is can be retitled to teacher 4. The SNET 2 head teacher 2, 15, teacher 5, and so on and so forth until the assistant school principal at salary grade 20. I just would like to note that for salary grade 19 and 20, particularly those incumbent holding assistant school principal 3 position, head teacher 6, they are to be retitled if qualified in the school principal 1 position or master teacher 2 if not qualified. For the assistant school principal 3, they can be retitled to school principal 2 as being qualified, meaning they are meeting the education, training, experience, the principal assessments, or is equivalent, or a master teacher 3. In terms of promotion or reclassification of incumbents, we would like to highlight that qualified individuals are those who, at the time of the effectivity of the IRR, as provided in Section 22, holding the current positions indicated in the previous slide, although head teacher and ASP may be promoted or reclassified to appropriate positions in the expanded career progression system that are commensurate to their qualifications and proficiency level, but subject to the necessary assessments and applicable staffing standards and deployment parameters. This provision applies, as I mentioned earlier, to head teachers and assistant principals. Under Section 23, it says that incumbent assistant school principal 3, 2, and head teacher 6 who are qualified at the time of the effectivity are, of course, entitled to reclassification. So these actually are the processes or for a better understanding of what are the qualifications and eligibility, what could be the decision and how can designation and functions take effect, and as well as on promotion opportunities. So we take, for example, those who are qualified for principal from the head teacher 6, ASP 2, and ASP 3. They should meet the qualification standards and school heads assessment. For some of the decision for the consideration is whether, if not qualified, if you are going to be retitled or assume certain positions like a qualified school principal. If you're qualified, you can be retitled to equivalent school principal position. For not qualified, retitled to an equivalent master teacher position. However, as part of our commitment of providing opportunities for being able to handle the impact of the organization, incumbents who do not meet the requirements as stipulated in this particular section shall be retitled, and they shall be given the functions in terms of the position and, of course, with the concurrence. So, as provided for, those switching career, they shall be given following options like assume the functions attached to a master teacher position, perform their existing functions in the same school by virtue of designation, or perform the function of a school head designate subject to the provisions of the IRR. So, which means that for some designations, for those head teachers, they can assume the function of a master teacher or perform their existing function in the same school by virtue of designation, or perform the function of a school head designate in schools with needs. So these are some flexibilities that we provide. And in terms of promotion opportunities, the promotion can be through reclassification or applying for a natural vacancy, and or switching career lines in the other end of the spectrum. For the next slide, for the incumbent head teacher 1 to 5 and assistant school principal 1, they have the option of retaining the current position or to be retitled to equivalent master teacher or teacher position. What does it mean? If you retain, you can perform the same function and may opt to be retitled within the 3-year transition period, and otherwise it has to be a CTI after the transition period. But the promotion is also being offered through as a school principal through to application on a natural vacancy. For another option, which is retitling to a master teacher or teacher position, once retitled, you can assume the function of a teacher or a master teacher, or to perform your existing function in the same school by virtue of designation, or perform the function of a school head designate in schools with needs. Just the same, the promotion opportunities will be through reclassification or natural vacancy and opportunities to switch career lines. Just to explain it further, incumbents, head teachers, and assistant school principals shall be considered as on-stream candidates. When I say on-stream, ang ibig sabihin po nun, nandun na kayo sa Agos, sa Bukana, in which during the transition period, you shall be given PD intervention so that you are equipped to become full-fledged principals, and as an on-stream candidate, priority on promotion or reclassification to appropriate school principal position without necessarily passing through MT1 position. If you may recall, in the earlier slide, the convergence point is MT1, and we provided certain justifications why it has to be. But given that you are a head teacher or an ASP affected by the implementation of expanded career progression, being on stream, meron na po tayo pinaghuhugutan kung saan kayo pwedeng bigyan ng pagkakataon in terms of priority. However, if at all, after the 3-year transition period, on-stream candidates who opted to retain their current position fail to advance in their career or request the retitling of their current position to the equivalent position in the ECP, the position that they are holding shall be tagged coterminous to the incumbent. Well, there are several options that being offered during the 3-year transition period. Whether you are retained or retitled position, you are still considered as on-stream candidates for school administration career line. And so therefore, all of the opportunities for intervention shall be accorded. In section 25, the positions of special needs education teachers, or SNET, previously called SPET, and special science teachers shall be retitled to the equivalent positions in the ECP and shall maintain the parenthetical title as SNET and SST. They shall be expected to perform the same function which are attached to their position. So special science teacher 1 will be teacher 3, but with parenthetical title SST. Special needs education teachers 1, salary grade 14, will be teacher 4, SNET, and so on. So all of these are sort of making that comparable, thereby assuring that there shall be no impact on the salary or diminution of the benefits that are given to them. In section 27, on the designation and redeployment of excess items and or incumbents, the staffing complement resulting from the retitling of positions shall be subject to the redeployment of positions and or personnel to schools with identified need, and that appropriate designations shall be issued to incumbent for those who are willing to take on the function of being a school head designate, an assistant school principal designate, or a department head designate. So this is well articulated in that section 27 of the IRR. For the ways forward, we would like to inform everyone that the Executive Order number 174 IRR has already been signed, and the qualification standards for teachers 4 to 7 and master teacher 5, we are actually reviewing and on the final stage for issuance on the joint circular or modified classification and compensation scheme and system of career progression. In the department order on the expanded career progression system are some of the policies that are already in the pipeline and will be issued the soonest possible time so that we can implement all of the provisions stipulated in the IRR and in the executive order 174 in its original form. In terms of the implementation of the transitory provision, uh, for the filling up of vacant positions, we are actually looking at the school principal one items using the department orders issued, particularly 7 and 21 of 2024, and the deployment of NCAS passers. The reclassification of head teachers and ASPs to school principal with a note and a caveat of meeting the qualification standards. And this is the most important part, the refocusing of NCAS on competency assessment so that we can establish the strength and development areas of aspiring principals. This is the direction that we are trying to take for FY 2025 so we can address the perennial and long-term problem of the department with respect to deployment of school principals. And we are designing the learning and development systems for all the different career lines, whether classroom teaching, school head or school administration, and instructional supervision, so that everything that pertains to PD plans and processes, the strengthening of L&D is there, and the potential of every aspirant to a specific position in along those career lines shall be developed and enhanced. So with all of that, I'd like to end and just to note that we appreciate the submission of the forms or the tool that we deployed online. We're currently analyzing the data gathered, and we shall be informing you of the next steps and action so that everything that or every question that you have in mind shall be then fully answered in no time. So with that, thank you very much for joining this online orientation, and we're looking forward that everything ends well and for the benefit of everybody in the Department of Education. Magandang hapon po at maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
Thank you, Yusek Willie, for providing us enlightenment through your comprehensive discussion on what's in it for them regarding the implementation of the ECP system. Naway tayo po ay natuto at naliwanagan sa naging diskusyon, at kung sakaling may mga katanungan pa po tayo na hindi pa nasasagot during the orientation or discussion provided to us by our Undersecretary, you may send your questions sa ating Q&A section found on the right corner of your screens. But at this point, we'll take a health break, 10-minute break for you to digest the